Kotyard, Bhagavan himself manifests through all of us as the superconscious breakthrough. Diksha Pravana, the scientific study measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state, the thoughtless space that Bhagavan has beautifully given us as ultimate reality, which is here to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Beautifully, Bhagavan has given the Shastra Jnana Bhairava Tantra. Vijnana, the consciousness, Bhairava, one who experiences consciousness beyond the mind, and Tantra is the method, like how you have the methods outer world. Here, beautifully, he has given the method to experience the oneness with Paramashiva. This is from Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 59, Dharana 36.
Tantra, Sutra 59, Dharana 36. Gatadibhanjane drishtim bitti istyaktva vinikshipet tulyam takshanat gatva tallaya tanmayo bhavet. Gatadibhanjane drishtim bitti istyaktva vinikshipet tulyam takshanat gatva tallaya tanmayo bhavet.
Beautifully, Bhagavan Paramashiva says, just fix your sight through the third eye inside a pot or any other object with single pointed awareness. The idea of the object having any length or breadth or characteristics or forms or shapes or support with any of our thoughts that are at very moment we become, the yogi has been absorbed into the depth of the object, instantaneously enters into the space of uniting and absorption into the complete oneness happens. Bhagavan Paramashiva beautifully says how we experience the ultimate reality, how we are the ultimate reality. The pot, the katakasha that we are, that we think that we are made of just the body and just the thought. But very many times it is proven that those are not true. Every day when we go into the sleep state, we don't have body nor our thoughts. Both are not there. And 1/3 of our life already we are spending in that. And we have the mind which is active but body is not still there in our dream state because the body is sleeping, and we are creating our own reality and we are experiencing that. Here in the waking state, again there is mind and the body, and we have the conscious awareness where we can experience the higher reality, not just the mind and body, the consciousness, the Paramashiva space in us. When we experience that, that becomes Chitakasha. We become the ultimate Paramashiva in us. All that we need to do, Bhagavan says, is nothing that we need to drop. There is nothing for us to change. There is nothing for us to change the world nor us. Whatever is the change, look in who is that who's experiencing the change. Who is that who's experiencing everything? The mind keeps on giving us all kinds of reality that we think we are perceiving, but actually it is not even existing. It's like a mirage. You go run there, it is not there. That is why the Balasans, when they were able to see where is the pain is not there because the mind is not there. The pain is in the mind, clearly shows how the Balasans are experiencing. When we can relate it to the phantom leg effort, the amputated leg creates a phantom pain and or a phantom inch, and they are scratching their legs, but there is no leg. They are amputated. They don't have a leg. Then where are they scratching? And when we watch some videos, we feel like something is happening in our body, but actually it is happening in our mind. Even when we get hurt, we don't say my body got hurt, please treat this. We only say I got hurt, please can I have some medicine? So we are very clear it is happening in our mind. So where is this mind? When I look into it, it is not there. Then where is it existing? So Bhagavan says all we need to do is just watch it with beautiful processing that is going on, which puts us into the different states, and be Paramashiva. Declare that you were Paramashiva, you are Paramashiva. just watching the whole stream, what's happening, Bhagavan says, even you cannot put your leg in a stream second time, not even the first time. He corrects himself by saying that there is no mind and there is nothing that for us to even experience. And what is that then we are experiencing constantly in the outer world? It is a happening. Bhagavan says, like, you imagine yourself to be a big 3D theater and yourself from the back of the head for 3 days and see everything happening on yourself. And for 3 days, if you understand that nothing is touching you, it is happening in your presence, yes, but it is not you. And when you understand that it is not you, you will simply be the oneness with Paramashiva. All we need to recognize is something beyond this delusion. There is somebody, and that was there when before we were born, and that is there after we are dead, and that is there in the deep sleep that we know ourselves, it exists. Just recognizing that very space, the Paramashiva in us. Each one of us have Parashakti, Paramashiva in us. Recognizing that space, we are in the quantum space. It is as simple as that. When Ramana Maharshi was asked, first time you had a death experience, why did you not tell me? The friend asked, the classmate, his very close classmate, that he speaks very openly. And if in the Ramana biography it is clearly said, he said he thought he had some disease. When Bhagavan experienced the great signs of Paramashiva in him at 12 years, he thought ghost caught him. So the first experience was something beyond what we recognize as the reality. When we understand the higher science, how we can exist, the higher reality. When Ramakrishna Paramahamsa touched Vivekananda, 3 days he was in the deep samadhi that he didn't know the difference between the food and the hand and his body. When he was asked to read Ashtavakra Gita, Vivekananda refused and said, I am not going to read and I don't understand all these things. So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he gave a touch of a glimpse of the ultimate. All these truths again and again told to us so that we understand that the higher reality, each one of us do exist, and recognizing that was the only purpose of our life, to come down and know that we are Paramashiva, Parashakti, each one of us, the Brahman. And it is quite possible because we are here in the Kailash Courtyard and Bhagavan is not going to leave us unless we experience it. Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana are the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nainamas, Alvas, Siddhas who have experienced it. Guru Nanak, Ji, the greatest of all the avatar, he was sitting in a tree, which is a Rita tree, Rita fruit. And he was sitting and he was giving the fruit, and the other person ate the fruit and he said, it's so sweet. Usually it is sour. So it just, the side of the whole tree became so sweet. Even today you can go and eat it. It is called Mita Rita sweet, a sweet tree. The tree still exists and it is sweet on one side and it is sour on the other side. It's such a beautiful space that when the Mahatma sits in any form and everything, the Nevedyam becomes the prasada, it becomes the ultimate taste. Today we are going to play with the nature and how Bhagavan is giving us a very powerful cognition to experience the greater reality. Let's listen to Bhagavan.
I don't have putra or putri. I have thousands of kumaras and kumaris. Understand, I don't have putra or putris, but I have thousands of kumaras and kumaris. Putra is different, kumara is different. Whoever carries the name Nitya Ananda in them and integrated to that name are all my kumaras and kumaris. Subramanya is kumara. Not just putra. He is the expansion. Extension. I am using the word expansion. Fruit can be better than the seed if the atmosphere is supporting. Fruit can be better than the seed if the Vatavarana is supporting. Understand? Everyone who carries my name in their name, being integrated to it, are all my Kumaras. And listen, I am repeating, fruit can be better than the seed if Vatavarana supports. You can be better than me because you have a Sangha. When I blossom, I had a different type of Sangha, but when you are blossoming, you have a consciously created, built Sangha specially for this. Sangha is the highest advantage for all of you. So you can be the better fruit than the seed. Better fruit than the seed. Thousands and thousands and thousands of fruits are going to happen. I know. I should say maybe millions, not just thousands. Fruits are going to happen. That is why I am creating a Vatavarana, Sangha, with such high integrity. Understand? Highest integrity is required for the spiritual ambience, Vatavarana. So much of healing has happened because of the Environment Day meditation. I am putting this on record. I will prove it by next year. This whole year is going to be amazing rains for India.
Shakshi Pramana. Beautifully, Bhagavan explained how we are all Kumara and Kumari. In courtyard, Bhagavan initiates.
First, they will just come and listen to you. Like, whatever you say, they will do. By today, tomorrow, the Balasans will be able to manifest this power of programming biomemory and muscle memory of animals and plants. You can play in front of everyone's eyes directly.
Beautiful initiation that Bhagavan gave in the courtyard to us, how they can initiate the greater science of reality. How the tree behind the Gurukul, even today the tree is, every year the tree does not give any fruit. But when Bhagavan told them, the Balasans, to go and ask, the tree gave fruits for every child, how much ever they wanted to eat, mango tree. And even today it is there, but not even one mango we have seen. Only that year we had so many mangoes of different taste and different texture and all kinds of sizes. Just for the Balasans, whatever they desired and asked the tree gave. It's clearly seen, and even in the rose plants that Balasans make, even the leaves, petals were in the shape of the heart. This is a proven science. It's not just the tree, the water crystals in your body. The crystals in the body is in a beautiful formation when you are in such a oneness. 70% we are made of water. And if we are angry and upset constantly, it's like a sewage and drainage in us. Bhagavan says we are always stinking. Then science has proven that. The babies are such in a beautiful space of oneness, manifesting the ultimate reality. And all this greater science again and again has shown us how we have experienced the reality in our life. And in spite of not believing in so many things, with self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred, Bhagavan gives a beautiful guidelines for each one of us to manifest. Power manifestation is the easiest way to experience the enlightened space. That's why after each satsang, each darshan, Bhagavan is again and again reiterating for each one of us to experience what is the prasada for us to receive. Each one, after having a darshan in a temple, receives the prasada individually. Like that, Bhagavan is giving us the greatest prasada from Kailasha to experience the higher reality. It's not just some reading something or moving something. It is the conscious sovereignty. we become the consciousness. And this is the simplest and easiest method Bhagavan has given us to immediately experience after the boons of the Devi, to be in that auspicious space and manifest as powers. You can keep few fruits or leaves in front of you and you're going to make it ripen. And this is pretty easy because not just you, even the fruit listens to Mahavakya, it becomes a prasada. So such an easy thing to make any of the fruit. You can keep lemon and make it sweet, and you can keep some mangoes, green mangoes, and make it ripe. Anything that you want to keep, or you can make the leaf and keep it the leaf, and you can see the changes. How will it change so fast? Yes, Bhagavan says so beautifully, just 3 seconds we take to eat, or we take to walk, we take to answer a question. Same way, nature also, it takes only 3 seconds to manifest its powers. Only thing, we have to connect to it in deeply in oneness, and we can experience the reality. If you keep 2 cups of fenugreek seed, one name it as love, and you keep it in all these power manifestation darshan time, and one you keep it in anger, and whenever you're upset, keep it close to you. See, in 3 days you will know how the plants are growing or dying. Your own presence. That's why Bhagavan always says all of us should have a rose plant and make the thorn fall down, so that you know your inner space do not have any anger inside. So now we are going to have some fruits in front of us, and we are going to experience oneness and ripen the fruit, the power of nature. The power of nature is very simple because all of us are very close to the nature, and nature rather is very close to us all over. We run to beach, we do the mountain climbing, all the time we are wanting to be with the nature because nature is Paramashiva. All the things that we can learn is there in the nature. And now let's sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line. Visualize Paramashiva, Parashakti, all that the happening, beautiful gesture, the boons, the smile, the grace, the gorgeous looks, all that bring to your third eye. Again and again, bringing that to your third eye and remembering Paramashiva in your inner space and chanting the Mahavakya continuously makes you into the higher frequency, disappearing from this body and the mind, the so-called mind that exists. Just be a witness and awareness, and continuously chant and enjoy the whole presence of Bhagavan. And entangle with Bhagavan continuously is the most beautiful thing that you can experience in the oneness space. And chanting the Mahavakya, the mantra, which removes all the thoughts which are there inside you and bringing you to the complete oneness with Paramashiva. The manifestation simply happens. You can record it, you can take a picture of it before you start. Let's sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line. Put away your gadgets, put away your thought, unclutch from every thought. If any thought happens, just unclutch from that. Tell you're busy with Paramashiva, you'll attend to everything later on. Again and again, bring your awareness back. Initially, it might look like you're doing a work that you're bringing back, but after some times, anything you teach the mind, it becomes a habit, and awareness becomes the habit. You are consciousness, you are Paramashiva. It's very simple and very beautiful, that experience that we can have a glimpse and manifest all these powers. Now let's start chanting the Mahavakya with a deep vibration from our navel center, not loudly but deeply, with a deep listening.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Such a beautiful space for each one of us to experience. Now you can see how it has manifested as a ripened fruit or a change in the leaf, or if you have done to a tree or a plant, whatever. Take a picture of that. If you still feel you need some more time, again surrender to Bhagavan's lotus feet. Where else we can experience the Paramashiva state, space and powers? The only thing we can do is again and again surrender everything to Bhagavan's lotus feet and merge into Bhagavan's lotus feet. That is the ultimate reality with which we can experience. How the Uddhava, when he asked Krishna, what is that he has to experience? What is that he has to do? Because Krishna is leaving. He says only one thing. Krishna says, look at everything as Krishna and merge into Krishna's lotus feet, and you will be in the beautiful presence of Krishna forever. That is all we need to experience again and again. Surrender to Bhagavan's lotus feet. Whatever you are going through, just surrender to Bhagavan's lotus feet and see what happens. Whatever is bothering you, and simply there will be a solution, such phenomenal solution which your mind cannot think. Mind is such a poor calculator. It doesn't have any much of the power. It's like a very ancient computer which doesn't even function. Windows 1, Bhagavan says he has upgraded you to Windows 10 by these initiations. Now the way you exist is completely different. You are a Brahmanya Bahuputratam. You are the inheritance of cosmos, the favorite inheritance of the cosmos. Kumari and Kumara. That means you are the prince and princesses of Kailasha. Each one of you, whoever is there, that is very clearly said by Bhagavan here itself today, that we are blessed with such powerful space. If somebody comes and tells you, hey, you're $1 trillion kid, why are you here? Come on, live like one. What would you do? That's exactly, you have to hold that space inside you. I am Paramashiva. I am manifesting as Parashakti with 25 heads and 75 eyes and 50 hands, in such awareness, in such gracefulness, just experiencing the oneness with Paramashiva, Parashakti, and manifesting all the reality. Hold that powerful space for a few minutes. Whatever it might be in your life, just unclutch from that. We do that all the time in the dream and the deep sleep. We can also experience that in the awakening state just with Bhagavan, few minutes of our life just to be only with him. All we need to do is, how Devi says, Maunamani. She is a Maunamani because she doesn't want a thought between herself and Paramashiva. So be in that space as Devi, sitting like a Devi, so graceful, so beautiful, and so elegant and so powerful, and blessing the whole world with all the auspiciousness. All these powers, especially the power of nature, Bhagavan says, three gods exist. First is the nature, the next is the unmanifest, third is the Guru himself. These are the only great gods that we can experience as even our perception. Now, just surrender to Bhagavan's lotus feet and tell the nature whatever you want, and simply the nature will respond. So, if you can have the tree next door in the out your window, that's also fine. If you can't bring any plant, but if you have a plant, please bring it, and you will experience such a beautiful space of oneness, because the plants or animals are so close to Bhagavan already. They are in such a beautiful space, and they are much more in higher listening. If we have been listening to the chanting every day, you will see how the plant grows completely different. Even the science have clearly seen that when they put the Vedas and the Rudram near the cow shed, the cow gives much more milk than an ordinary cow which would not listen. So all these great science is now giving us the reality, but this science is already known to us. What would I do? Surrender to Bhagavan. Surrender every thought. Bring Paramashiva into your inner space again and again, the verbalization, the visualization, everything. Only be with that. Just keep watching everything else as a happening, like you're a big screen and everything is happening on you. And just be there as Paramashiva, Parashakti, and he will manifest the ultimate signs, ultimate auspiciousness and abundance in you. Let's start chanting for the second cycle, the power of nature. Put away your gadgets, sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line, and continuously fall in love with it while you chant. Just merge into the chanting and you experience the greater space of oneness. Let's start chanting the Mahavakya.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes.
Paramashivoham.
Let the Amrita pour. Let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Such a beautiful space. Open your eyes and verify how it has changed the fruit or the leaf. You can take pictures and please share it in tinyurl.com/powermanifestation. Again and again, intensely, Bhagavan is giving us all these blessings for us to experience the greater reality. And when we share again and again, the whole reality is nothing but our own reflection. We think there is somebody else or something else. When we drop the delusion, we'll understand that they are nothing but our reflection that is happening as reality. That Bhagavan says, Shiva Brahma, and Brahma asked what I'm supposed to do. And then he enlightened Brahma, and then Vishnu came, and then the whole thing came off. Everything is a happening from where you exist. You are the Brahman. That is why it says you are the Brahman. When you start sharing without any shyness or any inhibition that I am Paramashiva, I manifested this, more and more and more, you become Paramashiva. We are here to become Paramashiva, not become shy and deluded by again with all that incompletions. But the original state is Paramashiva, and nothing wrong in sharing that with everybody. I am Paramashiva, and that is what everybody is. In all the religion, it clearly says everybody is God. And we telling that is nothing new. And I am manifesting all these Shakti. That is the only thing they have to understand. The auspiciousness and abundance comes as a side effect. So share with the world with such a space that you are a $1 trillion kid and you have become that. And that is the powerful space, the Brahmanya Bahuputratam, the favorite inheritance of the cosmos. Bhagavan has chosen us to tell the world because we are here. and they do not understand, they do not vibrate in that frequency for coming here. By telling them again and again, and then seeing those messages with Bhagavan photo, simply will make them liberated. Bhagavan says once that he heard that just seeing one time in avatar, even in a like a stoplight, the person can be enlightened. And he says, I was thinking how that can happen, but when we just go into the space of death, that time the best things comes in front of us as few minutes of glimpse. And when Bhagavan's picture is there, our being only goes and picks up that, even as little as Bhagavan's in a spot scene. Bhagavan says we can be enlightened. That powerful space is who he is and who we are holding that space. So without any shyness, without any inhibition, take 5 minutes of your time. Share it in tinyurl.com/powermanifestation. Again and again, surrender to Bhagavan. Again and again, hold that beautiful space. And if you see a dollar sign, you can contribute to Paramashiva. All the contribution that everybody is offering, thank you so much. All that you're supporting Kailasha is building a Kailasha inside you. It might be thinking like a very small, I just gave 1 unit of my currency. How can it build Kailasha inside me? That is what you're voting for, something which you believe as truth. Again and again, it becomes a reality in your inner space. For us, money is everything in our currency world. So when we vote with that, we become that. So that is the space of asking you to contribute 1 unit of your currency, and you sharing and contributing to the world, billions of them getting blessed by you. Simply you are blessed by them, into them realizing the Paramashiva space. So don't forget to share in tinyurl.com/powermanifestation and contribute to Kailasha. With a deep gratitude, let's surrender all these powers and powerful cognition to Bhagavan's lotus feet. Again and again, when we surrender to lotus feet, we expand in the cognition. And thank each one of you here, hundreds of you manifesting these great powers of Paramashiva, thanking you for being here also. With a deep gratitude and earning that I am Paramashiva, let's end this session with a Purna mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Paduka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you so much. See you after the next darshan, our satsang.